How you doing? Welcome, everybody. New edition of Who's on First. My name is Robert Rivera, your host, and we have a special guest. His name is Xavier Rodriguez, and Xavier Rodriguez does play college baseball. Xavier, introduce yourself to the fans.
All right. Well, my name is Xavier Rodriguez. I'm 21 years old. I'll be going into my junior year of college here at Weber International University. And I was born and raised in Tampa, Florida. Haven't really moved much, been here all my life. But a diehard Yankees fan. Go New York.
Okay, fair enough. As everybody can see, I'm wearing a Yankee hat for him. He's loving it. He's enjoying it. All right. So, I mean, and what's how long you been playing ball?
So I've been playing ball since the age of 4. I've been through it all. I've started in Little League, grew up playing pony ball. Once I started getting to about 10, 11, transferred to the AAU realm, started doing a lot of travel ball, going state to state, and then obviously high school ball, and here we are in college.
Okay. Where'd you play your high school ball at?
In Tampa, I went to Brooks DeBartolo Collegiate High School. Shout out to my Phoenix still in Tampa at Brooks.
All right. And so what made you fall in love with the game? Because I've talked to you twice, and you seem like you have some kind of passion for it, and then that's what attracted me to you. So what is that passion all about? Who turned you on to this wonderful sport of ours?
So growing up, I grew up in a separate household, so it was just my mom and I. So she was a big A-Rod fan back in the day, no matter where he was, whether it was Texas, Seattle, New York. She was just a big A-Rod fan. So anytime he had a chance to be on TV, it was always on. And I remember when she put on the Yankees game, and the first time she started talking to me about him, and watching her joy for watching her favorite player play just kind of sparked something in me. And it showed me that just playing the sport you love can really impact someone in a way you don't even really understand. And it really just helped me gravitate towards the game and play the game that I saw my mom love. So.
Yeah, but mine was from my dad. I got it from my dad. It's just something that just like, if we were either at home or we were at the baseball fields. Yeah. There was no other place to be. And if we weren't at the baseball field, then we were practicing at the high school baseball field. So for me, it was just like baseball. And then you sit there and you go, okay, it's football season. And that lasted about a week until we missed baseball all of a sudden. And it was just like, okay, we're playing wiffle ball. We're right back to the baseball. Yeah. Okay. So do you have any special moments, any games that you remember having a great moment one time? Something that really that sticks in your mind?
The day that I'll forever remember was Mother's Day when I was 11 years old. Like I said, my parents are separated, so I had my dad come, and obviously he remarried, so my stepmother got to see me finally play. And Mother's Day, we were playing in Sarasota, Florida. And man, what a day. I had my mom with me, my stepmother with me, my grandma with me, and my grandma from my stepmother's side. And I went 4 for 4. It was AAU ball. We were playing 12U. I went 4 for 4 with 4 home runs, and I was able to give each home run ball to each mother that was there. And to see the joy on my stepmother's face, especially after never seeing me play before till that day, it was just something that I'll truly never forget.
Yeah, that's a great story. I was at a game one time, and this young man had hit a home run, and it was a game-winning 3-run shot.
Oh,
and his dad went crazy. Found this ball in about 4 foot of grass, and he came back and he says, I got the ball. And he said, Dad, do you mind if I give it to Grandpa? And he goes and he takes the ball and he gives it to his grandfather, and he tells his grandpa, he says, hey, thanks for teaching my dad to love this game. I love the game. And his grandfather just melted in his arms. I mean, he just turned into butter. This hard Spanish Puerto Rican man from the Bronx, he turned into a stick of butter, just melted, So those are great moments. So where do you play today? You're playing at
currently, like I said, I'm a junior here at Weber International University in Winter Haven, Florida. Getting ready for the season. I'm a pitcher, so got to get the arm rested and ready for season.
All right. So, I mean, let's give a glimpse to these kids out there of what's entailed to a college baseball player. So run me through a routine for a college baseball player.
You better be ready to work. I'll say that. So on a usual day, you have about 7 a.m. workouts. You go lift. We hit a little bit of sprints, conditioning, get your work in. Go to the locker room, shower up. You got class from 9 to about noon. After that, go grab lunch, come back, you're in study hall for about an hour and a half. After study hall, you hit the field, practice. You practice from about probably like 3. We practice from like 3 to 6. After that, you go, if you want, hit another lift, go extra running, get the blood flow out, especially for pitchers. We do a lot of running after practice too as well for your arm, and go home, eat dinner, and it's repeat right on the next day.
Okay, so how many days a week is that? Is that 5, 6?
That's 5 days a week. And then also Saturday, we have Saturday practices it's better be ready to work. It's no joke. It'll definitely weed out the weak ones for sure.
Okay. So if I was a kid, senior in high school, and then I want to go to a college, what advice would you give them?
Stay determined and let your passion for whatever you're doing trump any other obstacle.
Okay. So, I mean, that's basically what baseball is. We're constantly setting goals. We're constantly getting ahead. We're constantly dusting ourselves off, right? You slide in, hey, I got thrown out, but that's okay, because next time I'm not going to get thrown out. You dust yourself off and you got to go hit the field. Okay. So in a couple of words, explain what baseball means to you.
Baseball to me means teamwork, hard work, and sacrifice. Those are the 3 things. Sacrifice is a big one. Sacrifice, and it's not just sacrifice one thing. It could be a lot of things. Sacrifice time, sacrifice your body, sacrifice. There's a lot that goes on the line to being able to do what you want to do for the rest of your life.
Right. And I'm sure your mom sacrificed a lot of times that she probably wanted to go on vacation. Absolutely. And taking you to the fields and taking you a tournament, and riding.
Vacation wasn't much of a thing. It was just, all right, next weekend's a tournament. Let's get ready for the week. Let's practice. Let's get our stuff, and then boom, we're out.
Yeah. That's my son's a swimmer, and sometimes we sit there. We wind up the whole weekend in Oviedo, and you got to run here, and you got to run to Gainesville, you got to run to Jacksonville. It's a constant struggle, but it's something that he wants, and it's a passion. And if he wants to chase it, then I'm going to help him chase it, and it's one of those deals that, if you have that want, go for it, and that's what I see you do. And I said, I see you do. The funny thing about it, I told my wife, I said, Xavier Rodriguez, I said, boy, that sounds familiar. And she said, remember we said if we had a third child and it was a boy, we're going to name him Xavier. I said, wow. The better part of that is Rodriguez is my mother's maiden name. Oh, so go figure on that one. You know what I mean? All right. So like another question, like baseball players, you are superstitious. Are you a superstitious baseball player?
So mine's a little weird. I have a pair of boxers I've been wearing since high school, and I pitched a complete game shutout one day in these boxers. And I went home, and I don't know what it was. I made it known that any game that I knew I was pitching, I'll make sure to have these special boxers on. And here I am still as a junior in college, and I'm still using those same boxers every time I pitch.
Wow. My thing is, if we were winning, I wouldn't wash my hat. and I tell you, we had won, I think 9 games in a row. And my dad was he was so done. I couldn't even bring the hat in the house. He's like, you got to leave it in the garage. Leave it outside. Yeah, you got to leave it outside. He goes, listen, you're not going to. And that thing, I think at the end of the season, that thing was so stiff and hard. And of course, I was a catcher, and I had it under my helmet and under my mat. And that thing was just, forget it. It was just one of those deals. But listen, you're a pitcher. What do you think about stepping on the line? Do you jump over the line?
Big no-no.
That's a big no-no. Okay.
Even when we warm up on game days, we make sure whoever's standing on the line is 6 feet in front or 6 feet behind. Never near the line.
Never near the line.
Can't even have a little slip up even when you're warming up. Don't step on it. It's a big no-no.
Why is that? What do you?
It's just one of those baseball rules, man. You can't do it.
It's just an unwritten rule, right?
Yep, you just got to do it.
You know, we had an unwritten rule when we used to play up in Pony. You know, go into the locker rooms and stuff like that. You didn't go into somebody else's locker without,
Nope,
you know, saying it's a big no. We just you didn't use somebody else's bat without them letting them know, or somebody else's glove. You know, and
that's another big one for me is I'm very protective with my glove. So even if someone goes to move it, I don't like anybody sticking their hand in my glove. I'm very particular with my glove.
Yeah, I was a catcher, like I said, and I'd babysit my pitchers. I'm like, you leave them alone, don't talk to them. They're doing good. And I tell my pitchers, don't talk to nobody. You talk to me. Yeah. If they got something to say to you, they'll talk to me. I'll tell you. We'll do it like that. Mm-hmm. I don't want nobody talking to my pitcher. Leave him alone. He's got things to think about. He's got an arm. He's got to rest. I don't need you adding to his life right now. You know. Now, if we're getting blown out 15-0, I'm like, go talk to him because I'm about to punch him. I'm about to punch him in the mouth. All right, Xavier. So where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years? What are you thinking? Where are we going with this?
I'm anywhere, wherever it takes me. I'm like I said, this is all I've wanted in life. So wherever this takes me is where I'm going. It can be on the West Coast. It can be international if it has to be.
Yeah,
so wherever this thing takes me, I'm going.
And this is the beauty of this game, man. This American game has taken over the world. I see it in Japan. I see it in Korea, China. It's all over Italy. But I be honest with you, I had a discussion with AJ Isakawa, and he is the Pacific Rim coordinator for Major League Baseball. And his biggest problem that he sees, and it's coming both ways. It's Asian or Japanese players coming here to America and adapting to the culture. And it's also American players that are going overseas and adapting to the culture. And he said, most of the time, that's their biggest obstacle. It's a mental thing. It's a mental block, you know? And it's just like, I was like, wow, I was really shocked because you're thinking, hey, I'm playing baseball. Yeah. But then you're thinking, you know, I'm you know, you sit down to dinner and instead of getting a place of macaroni and cheese or being able to get a hamburger, you have to eat a piece of squid that's still moving, or you're not used to that type of food, and you know, hard to get things done. All right. So what hitter as a pitcher wouldn't you want to pitch against?
Oh, you got to go against the best, right? Why not Mike Trout?
You want to go against Mike Trout? Yeah. All right. Now on the flip side, who's a guy that you?
Okay, the flip side is he's not playing. He's not an active player. Okay. But I think a lot of pitchers will agree with the name I'm about to say. Barry Bonds. I'll give him the intentional walk again and again and again and again.
Okay.
That's one guy that just his control of the zone with his bat is just insane.
Right.
Any location he can get to it, and with power.
Yeah. I'm the other way. I want to go down the record books with them. So when they said, hey, who hit number 712? You know, who did he hit it off? And I would be like, it's me. I'm in the book. I'm in there. He hit it off for me. I threw that bad boy right in there. I put no mustard on it, a little mayonnaise, and I said, here you go, Pop. Eat it up. Eat it up. Yeah. They said, well, what home run did Barry Bonds hit number 685 off of? Me. That's me. That's my whole. That's
I'm in the record book, but for the wrong reason.
Hey, listen, it's in the books. That's all you know. You know what I mean? They don't mark those little dying doves that go over the shortstop. They just cover. You know, they say base hit. They don't say any. It just made it over.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't say that was a Texas leaguer and it went over. No, they that's a hit. There it is. Put it in the book.
That's a hard line drive in the book.
All right, so. You're in a pinch. You're in the ninth inning. You got a 3-2 count, and you got bases loaded. What's your go-to pitch?
So my go-to pitch is definitely my cutter. I would go cutter. Used to be my slider, but I developed a cutter really at the beginning of last year. Once I transferred into here, I've been working with pitching coaches, and over the last year, I've just absolutely fallen in love with the pitch.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm a Yankees fan, and I'm a huge Mo fan, and him throwing that cutter, that's not a bad guy to try to imitate right there.
I got something for you if you wanna. This is autograph by Mariano.
Look at him.
Yeah, that's Mariano there. And I was lucky enough to get that autograph. Actually, my son was lucky enough to get that autograph in Scranton Wilkes-Barre at the AAA guys.
But,
and
awesome.
he had there was a whole mess of kids there, and Mitchell was able to get up, and he gave Mariano the ball. And I tell you, he disappeared. He disappeared because there was like a little special area. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden he disappeared, and we didn't know where he was. Me and my wife were like, where'd this kid go? And we're looking for about half an hour, and I'm about to call security. And all of a sudden he pops up, and I hear, Dad, Dad. And I turn around, and there he comes. He's got the ball up in the air, and he's got a soda, and he's got a popcorn. Dad, Dad. I said, where'd you get the popcorn and the soda from? He goes, oh, the lady gave it to me. Look, I got the autograph. And I was like, wow, this kid really did do it. You know, he said that was his goal. He wanted to get Mariano's autograph.
That's awesome, man.
And
that's a moment you can't relive right there. That's just a moment in a lifetime right there.
Right. And we were actually lucky enough in 2019, me, my dad, my brother, my two brothers, and my son, we went to go see Mariano get inducted. And the day he retired, my brother called me and said, hey, listen, we're going to Cooperstown to go see him in 6 years. And we booked it. We were ready to go. We had our money together. We had our stuff together. And we're like, let's see the first we've ever inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that's where we went. That's where we went. That's awesome. So if you had to stop playing today, if you had to stop playing away, you had to walk away from it, what would you do? You know?
Well, I'm technically I'm going to school right now to be in CSI. I want to be a crime scene investigator. So if I were to stop playing baseball, that's the backup route.
Okay.
The lessons I'd learned from baseball, man, always strive to be the best. You never want to, and it's not even just in baseball, just anything in life. You just never want to settle for being middle of the pack or mediocre or average. It may take a lot of work to strive to be the best and to get your name out there, but to always have a winning mentality and strive to be the best at what you can do is just the two main things.
Okay.
That taught me.
All right. I for me, it was always like a team building. It was always how to handle people, how to sometimes talk to them and sometimes get them out of a situation and try to figure out their mood. You know, today, you know, the guy's super happy, so he's going to be fine. And tomorrow he's a little upset. So I gotta get him back into the mentality of it. And that's what it's done for me. It's one of those deals where it helped me to, you know, train with people and how to manage people, how to work as a team, how to win and how to lose. Mm-hmm. You know, those are hard things. And give me a hard loss. You got a hard loss? You ever had a hard loss in baseball? A hard loss?
I remember my freshman year of college, I came in to close a game, and it was the game to send us to regionals. And it was a 3-3 ball game. I was just trying to get us to the 10th, just trying to get us, it was bottom of the 9th, just trying to get us to the 10th. And I don't think I got us to the 10th. And I got home just thinking about how that was, and it cost us, it was the end of the season. So like I said, it was to go to the regionals, didn't end up making it. And for sure, that was definitely the hardest loss that I personally had to take. And it hit me harder because it was me that was on the mound last. You get what I'm saying? It was definitely tough for me to move on, for sure.
Yeah. I was listening to a basketball coach and basically the premise behind losses is and wins. And I give you some advice, and it helped me to think back on some of my wins and losses, is that you have a 24-hour clock. And if you lost at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 o'clock the next day, it's done. Mm-hmm. And if you won at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, the next day at 12 o'clock, it's done. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's just a 24-hour clock. And even my son, like when he does things, and my daughter, when they come back and they're frustrated, or they say, hey, you know, this happened, it was really, really great. Okay. Hey, beautiful. I'm glad that it happened, and you have to learn from it and use that 24-hour clock, you know, especially if it's frustrating for you. And I give you that advice also. Use that 24-hour clock, because once it's done, it's done. There's nothing really we can do with it. Yeah, it's just like you can't keep a week later and go, oh man, I messed up this game and I messed up that game. No, it's done. It's done. It's hard to change history. It's impossible. And so you want to give out any shout outs out there to any family members, mom, dad?
Like I said, my rock, my mom. Gotta love my mom.
What's your mom's name?
Lourdes Rodriguez.
Lourdes Rodriguez.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, Mom, we got a shout out for you. And you got any teammates or anything?
Ray Rodriguez.
Ray Rodriguez. Was that your brother from another mother?
That's what we call each other.
What position does he play?
He's also a pitcher with me here at Weber.
Yeah. All right. You don't have a catcher that you buddies with, like your home.
Well, our catcher just graduated, so we're hopefully looking for. So this season, hopefully we have a transfer coming in. So wow. I'll keep you posted on it. Okay. I will.
All right. Sure. Sounds good. Well, we're gonna wrap it up, and we're gonna give you a curveball question. My curveball question is: you're given the opportunity to be a bat boy or announcer at a baseball game. Which one would you want to be?
Oh, the bat boy for sure.
Okay, and why?
I'd love to be on the field level with all the major leaguers. I would love to just be in that environment, see it at field level, see it at that speed too, actually being on the field and seeing at the speed they play.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be amazing.
I you know what? Ever since I started doing this, I lean towards the announcer part of it now because this has been such a fun adventure for me. But I always wanted to be a bat boy also. I was wanted to be that guy, and I always go back to the movie Bull Durham. He says, hit a home run, Crash. And he goes, shut up. I want to be the kid he tells you, shut up. And I want to be that kid that picks up that bat and sees that play coming into home. And you're like, wow. And
after they slide into home, just kind of like a high five from the guy as he crosses home, as he's running to the dugout. Like, what? That would be awesome. I would love to do that.
Right. And I got a little side note. You had said something about you strive for perfection. And this is what keeps me close to the game. This is being perfect. You threw that perfect game, the no-hitter. How many have you thrown since then?
That's it,
right? You got one.
That's it.
And it's one of those things that I'm sure you strive for, and I strive for. I strive for as a player. I strive for as an umpire. We try to be perfect. And this game is so impossible sometimes to be perfect. And just when you think you got it, it gets pulled away from you. Yeah. And guess what do? We dust ourselves off again, and tomorrow we're gonna do this again. Tomorrow we're gonna strive for perfection. And then that's what I want everybody to get up from this program. You sit there and you never down. You're either up or getting up, and never let this life beat you. Never let this game beat you. Because tomorrow you beat me. Okay, tomorrow I'm coming back, and be ready. It's one of those type of deals.
And well, anyway, down. It's about failure. So resilience is key for sure. You do have to get up and put your boxing gloves back on and get ready to go again.
Yeah, and be all, how they say, the old 1-3. Yep. The other guy goes 1-3. He goes, wait a minute, what happened to 2? Oh no, 2 you get. I don't want to get 2, but you're gonna have to take 2 once in a while. You got to take a 2. You may take the 1-3 sometimes. You know what I mean? So well, Xavier, thank you for being on the show. And listen, God bless. I hope you the best with the career. And remember, everybody out there, Xavier, if somebody wants to reach out to you, you have an email, you want to shout out to somebody?
Yes. My email is x.rodriguez013@gmail.com.
Okay. So you
definitely.
Yeah.
If anyone has any questions, shoot me an email and I'll respond as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. You young kids out there, if you guys have any questions for a college baseball player, Xavier is a good example. How's your GPA?
Right now I'm sitting at a 3.0.
3.0. Yep. Wow. Yeah, I wasn't good in school. I used to get in trouble.
Well, I wasn't either. In high school, I graduated with probably a 2.8. And after my freshman year of college, I had, this is going to be embarrassing, I had a 1.5 GPA after my freshman year of college. Yeah, so definitely had to do some inner looking and some self-thought as to how I'm going to make this baseball thing happen if the classroom wasn't happening. So I put the hard hat on, went to work, and here I am.
Yep, absolutely. And that's all you can do. Dust yourself off, get back up, get back on there, and we're gonna play another inning, and we're gonna see if we can score again. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's all the life lessons. It's all the life games. All right. Like I said, Xavier, thank you. Thank you for being on the show. And remember, everybody, don't be afraid to take a strike. Every strike gets you closer to that home run. All right. I'm out. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You got it.
If you like the show, please do me a favor. Subscribe. Right. You see it? It's right there. Subscribe, share, like, and don't forget, put that bell on. That'll ding you when I put something else on, all right?
Now, who's up first? Right. Okay.